So welcome to a demo of a proof of concept application that shows a caseworkers using a mobile device offline and or occasionally connected. The basic use case is that these caseworkers are in the field. They visit sponsored children and take welfare health information and record those in their homes and then want that data to be pushed back as and when they can to the Salesforce platform to allow reporting and other work to be done on the data centrally within the Salesforce main application in the web browser. You can see here we've got three objects that we're going to look at: contacts, field reports, and health targets. With contacts, we have a list of children, caseworkers, gender, and a guardian name. We've got some other details as well. If we drill into one of those, we see we've got a child here, Benjamin Cork. We've got some details about Benjamin, his age and so on. And we've also got a photo stored in Salesforce that's been taken by the device and then synced back up. And so with that, let's, just before we do, we also have the field reports themselves that record the stats, and we'll have a look at those in a second. So we'll flip over. This is the application running in a tablet emulator on landscape, and we can see here we've got the same list of children, and we're looking at Benjamin Cork here. We can see the reports as graphs, which we'll look at in a second. We can see the reports in a detailed view with a pop-up, and again these would all be finger swipes but using the mouse here in the emulator. And we have the ability to add a new report as well. So we go back to the charts. This is taking the information that has been put in previously in the field and shows the blue line is the reported height in this instance. The target was something that was put in for the month ahead once the report's done, and these grey lines here indicate the national average banding that we should try to keep into to give the health workers, the caseworkers, some guidance. And so just to show how the actual application works with the back end, we'll just flick back over to the contact list, and we'll change, this is really hypothetical, but it will show us how the data moves back and forward. Just change the guardian name to Sandra Cook for Benjamin Cork. And we'll flip back here, and in this application we have a pull down refresh. This will only refresh if there's a connection available, otherwise the application will continue to work. And you see now the mother's name is updated to Sandra Cork, and the graphs have been updated with the lazy load 2 to help with efficiency. One of the things we can do with the application here is we can actually see what's been going on, and this is called connection sessions. See here, I've got the last 3 connection sessions. So these are interactions between any application running on a device and the back end, the Salesforce platform. See here, I did a new installation. I run up the emulator and I refreshed 3 tables, three tables of information. And if I just refresh that now, we'll see that I've just refreshed again, just pulled in the new data from the platform. So we can see, more importantly, when we actually change a record, we'll be able to see what's happened. But this is a monitoring engine to make sure that nothing goes wrong with the data being moved backward and forward from the devices and the Salesforce platform. So what we'll do now is we'll just mimic offline on the emulator. We've got an admin function screen, which is password protected. We'll just whip into that. And we're going to set what we call our heartbeat setting, the setting of the heartbeat of the platform, to no connection. And this will fool the emulator into thinking that it's now offline. Go back to the home screen. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a new report in for Benjamin, so it's as though I'm visiting in the home. And we're going to do a weight of 97. Sorry, a height of 97 centimeters, weight of 14.1. It automatically gives us our BMI. We're going to update the nutritional status to good and put some notes in. Normally this would be done with the on-screen keypad, but in the emulator I'm using the keyboard here. And then I'm going to put a target in, what I'd like Ben to achieve for my next visit. Again, it will be on pop-ups, and nicely this gives us an indication of the weight that we should be, the height and the weight we should be achieving based upon those health targets that are also mobilised for this application. So we'll go 1 here, and 15.2. I want Ben to do well here, and we're going to submit. Okay. Now, based upon the back end here on the connection sessions, I'm just going to refresh those, and we'll see we've got no new connections. And I'm just going to refresh again here. That's just refreshing. While that does, we'll just confirm that that hasn't actually connected. See, we haven't got any new connections. And now I'm going to go back and put the device online. Go back to the home screen and do a pull down to refresh. You can see our report date, the 25th. Okay, so in terms of the application usage as a field worker, it didn't matter there whether I was online or offline, everything was working correctly. But most importantly for us at the back end, we can now refresh this. And you'll see now that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 connections made to refresh and update tables. And in this instance, we've got an update of a field report that's come in the back. I'm going to actually be able to inspect that field report from here. Just loading up. And I'll view the synchronization results. And really what this is a protection to make sure that everything goes well every time the device talks to the platform. And I can see here that I actually did an update as well as successful inserts because we're updating the parent. I'm going to have a look at the insert, which is what we're most interested in. And what we'll be able to see here is the field report for Benjamin Cork, the 15.2 and the 101 for the targets. That's the target report. And then if I come back and have a look at the update, this will be the report that had the targets in before, and we've now updated to the actuals, 14.1 and 97, if you remember. And again, this would all be seen here. Field report, last one on the 10th of the 12th. We'll just refresh the page. A bit slow today on the development box, but have a quick look. And now we can see we've got the 25th of the 1st. And so what we're really demonstrating here is that the UI could be anything and the interactions could be anything. But what we're really showing is that we've had data mobilized, and we can see that actually if we dig into our table inspector, all the device carries table inspectors, and we can have a zoom into any of these in the back end. So we can have a look at our contact table, and all of this is held offline and interacted with all the time offline, and once we get a connection, as we see, that's pushed back and forward from the platform. So really this application took about a couple of hours to mobilize the data, which we can look at another time, and then the UI itself, about a day's work, maybe 2 days work with the charting. Of course that's optional, and you've got a fully working app that works offline and on Android and iOS devices. In this instance a tablet, but it could easily be a phone, and work in portrait, landscape or whatever. So hopefully that's given us a good feel for what the output of MobileCaddy is. The key is that everything is robust, very rapid to build, and something that particularly use cases like we're seeing here in the field would be very, very useful. We can look later on at versioning, so we can take this application and version it, add features, and easily deploy those into the field through point-and-click versioning. And maybe that's a video for another time. So thanks very much for your time.